recording this as always. All right, welcome to the Team Elevate team call. It is October 2019. It is the 15th of October, and we are on our merry way to end the year in 2.5 months. We're in the third quarter of the year, and so I told you guys I wanted to do a wild card call tonight. And the reason was because I went into today having a couple of things that I wanted to talk about, and I really wanted to dive deeper into leadership today. So for those of you who don't know this, I'm rereading the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone, and I was going to do like a heavy leadership call, but I realized that we have different levels on the Team Elevate call, some beginners, some coaches who have been here for years with me, some elite coaches, and so I wanted to just make sure tonight we talk to a broader scope of people. And so this morning, something that I've been doing in my morning routine is actually going on YouTube and finding like an inspirational video and then bringing it down into my kitchen with me while I like do my morning routine down there. And this morning I listened to a Rachel Hollis, like a 3-minute Rachel Hollis video. And it was just so impactful. It was like from a year ago. It wasn't like as upbeat or as like well made as her videos today, but the message was just incredible. And so I listened to it and then I listened to it again. And I'm going to share it with you guys. And so based on this video, I basically just want to like debunk this video. It's 3 minutes of just like Rachel Hollis, like spewing motivational quotes. You know how she is. And for those of you who don't know who Rachel Hollis is, she's the author of Girl Wash Your Face, Girl Stop Apologizing. And she spoke at our summit this past summer in Indianapolis. But anyway, so I watched this video and there were just like, it was so powerful, but I wanted to just break it down by just every time she said a powerful quote, I wanted to break it down into our team, especially because it's October. And my success partner and I were talking today about how, we get into this October mindset of, our kids are back in school or we're back, teachers are back into work or, people are getting ready for the holidays. They're like in the summer hangover, they're putting sweaters on, like the holiday feel. And that mindset starts to roll into our business so much that it's not that we're taking our foot off of the gas pedal, but we're not seeing or hearing as many yeses, right? Like my numbers are normally lower in October. It doesn't mean I'm not sending as many invites, or it doesn't mean I'm not showing up more as powerful as normal. It's just that my yeses aren't coming as often. And it's because of that October mindset. It's just the ebbs and flows that our business goes in. But the one thing that we have to remember in our businesses is that, Hannah just said it perfectly. This business is like a 2-month turnaround business. So if you get into this October mindset and you allow it to let it slow you down and you say, oh, nothing's happening, so I'm just going to take my foot off of the gas pedal and I'll come back when the new year starts. It's not going to work like that. If you take your foot off the gas pedal and you decide to just kind of hide in your closet and not show up to your business, not show up to your health and fitness journey, who are they going to watch and be inspired by the next 2 months to decide who they want to start with in January? Am I right? Every single invite that I'm sending right now, I'm getting a ton of no's, or a lot of follow-ups I'm getting a ton of no's, and they're all telling me in the beginning of January just because that's the American mindset. But when they are ready to start in January, they know that I planted that seed with them, so they're going to be ready. But if I were to hide and fall into the same mindset that they have, they're not going to trust me, right? They expect me to be the girl who's showing up in every single season so that when they're ready, they can trust me. And you have to be that girl too. Otherwise, they're going to go to the next coach, or they're going to go to Planet Fitness, or they're going to go to Orange Theory. And so this October mindset, it's not so much that we're not sending the invites or we're not showing up to our journeys. It's the mindset that you have when the yeses aren't coming in as often. That's not to say you can't hit Success Club, because every single one of you can hit Success Club, even when it's a slower month. But when the yeses aren't coming, where are you? How are you reacting to that? It's not like what happens in our lives, it's how we react to it that determines our mindset, right? And so with that being said, let's jump in and do a little bit of recognition. Okay, so we have changed a total of 149 lives so far this month, which we're 15 days in, so halfway in, which is a pretty slow month for us. But guys, if every single one of us on this call, 89 people, if we can all change one more life, we would, oh my God, if we could all change 3 more lives, we would have so many life change. We would impact so many people. And there are so many individuals out there who maybe are waiting for January, but maybe you can get them to change their mind. Maybe you can help them understand that they could have a whole 2.5 months to start their journey. Oh my goodness, that's like 70 days. They could change their entire life. I mean, you could change your entire life in a week, but they could change their entire life in 70 days. Oh my gosh, getting somebody set up with 80-day obsession, they would go into New Year's the best shape of their life, physically, mentally, emotionally. But that starts with you showing up and you planting that seed. If you're waiting for January, ain't nobody going to sign up with you right now. If you're not taking your health and your fitness, remember what I said yesterday. You need to keep your promises. You signed up to be a coach. I want you to say that out loud to yourself right now. I don't know who you're with. And guys, if you're on this call, please be on this call. Don't be sending invites. Don't be responding to text messages. I busted my booty to put this presentation together for you guys. Be all in. I'm only going to take like 35 minutes of your time tonight. But I want you to say that out loud. I am a coach. You made a promise to yourself. You've committed. This is your business. And so if you want to be changing lives, if you want people to take you seriously, you have to be a coach. You have to be somebody. They're not going to, if they can't trust the messenger, if they can't trust you, the messenger, they're not going to trust the message. They're not going to trust that you're going to get them in the best shape of their lives if the messenger isn't in the best shape of her life or on her way there, working her way there, right? So huge shout out to to all of these incredible people up here on the leaderboard. A special shout out to those who have already hit Success Club 10 plus this month: Sydney, Cassie, Megan, Kate, and myself. And then our beautiful coach of the week, Colleen, who this is long overdue, who is a rock star. For those of you who don't know, Colleen was actually a coach about a year and a half ago. She went to Summit in 2018. She let her business go on the back burner. She ended up actually canceling. And beginning of this year, she started again, and she has come in like a wrecking ball with a totally new mindset. She is changing her life. She is, she hit diamond in like a rapid speed. She's building leaders. She hit team builder on the leadership ladder. And so just a huge shout out to Colleen, well deserved. So let's keep this moving forward. I want to just also say that I am proud of you. If you're on this call, guys, I am so proud of you. You don't need to be on this leaderboard for me to be proud of you. You don't need to be on this leaderboard for you to be proud of you. This is not a race, guys. This should very well be something that you're in for the long haul. I know without a shadow of the doubt, no matter what comes my way, no matter what, what's thrown in my road, I'm going to be here until somebody basically tells me that I can't be anymore. I'm going to be here until I'm gray and in a grave. And so I want you to know that you don't need to be hitting Success Club. You don't need to be hitting diamond for you to be proud of yourself or for your uplines to be proud of you. You showing up and you getting in the best shape of your life, you showing up and you pouring into your business, your mindset, yourself, Success Club will come. The rank will come, but you need to wake up every single day and realize this opportunity that you have in front of you, because too many people forget why they started. I want you to go back to that. I want you to put in the chat, what made you say yes to this opportunity? Because that feeling, remember when you first signed up to be a coach and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to change all the lives. I'm going to do all of the things. Or maybe just when you signed up in this health and fitness journey, like what was it about it that made you sign up? What is it that makes you be on a call like this tonight? Like, why are you here? And that feeling, that butterfly feeling, I think about it all the time. And I think that because I think about it all the time, it really helps me stay on track with the other girls that I'm trying to attract. I think about seeing that post on social media 4.5 years ago and truly being like, I really think this could actually change my life. I see Caitlin, who was my childhood friend, she's getting in shape in her living room. Like, I know that could be me. And then after falling in love with the portion control containers and falling in love with the simplicity of our workouts and not having to go to a gym. And when she asked me to be a coach, I was like, heck yeah. I saw her show up to her journey. I can show up. And it was like that thing for me. It was that butterfly feeling that, wow, I'm going to change so many lives. I'm going to earn an extra income and feel incredible and help other women do that same thing. And so you just need to focus on that, and you need to be proud of that. Stop determining your worth based on your success points. Stop determining your worth based on how many, dollars you made this week, or how many followers you had, or how many people liked your transformation post, or how many pounds you lost this week. Those things come when you focus on what makes you happy. And we're going to talk about that in just a second, but I want you to know I'm proud of you. I want the 98 of you who are on this call to just know, as your mentor, as your leader, how proud I am of you for taking this business seriously and being on a call like this at 9:12 at night, or wherever you are, whatever time it is, because this is the first step, staying close to the fire. And if you're watching this recording, I'm proud of you too. All right, so like I said, I wanted to bring a wildcard mentorship. I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to talk about, but one trait of an incredible leader is to always do a pulse check on your team. Always to do a pulse check and say, okay, what does my team need? And I think tonight we really need to revisit the, like Rachel said it on her video today, do you feel like your dream is taking too long? And what I love about this is because so many coaches get to the point, and I talked about it on my Instagram story today as well. So many coaches get to a point of wanting to quit, and maybe you've gotten to the point of wanting to quit. Raise your hand if you've gotten to a point of wanting to quit before. I know I have. Yep. And I'm sure that a lot of us, whether you've been, probably if you're not a brand new coach, but maybe if you've been in this business for 2-3+ months, maybe you've gotten to the point of wanting to quit, which is healthy, guys. Wanting to quit isn't a bad thing. It's a part of life. But I can guarantee you, I bet you $500 that the reason you wanted to quit this business was because of something you weren't doing. And because you weren't doing it, the alternative happened, right? So for me in 2017, the reason I wanted to quit was because I was looking at the Lindsay Matways, Bonnie Engels, Amy Silvermans of the world, living their dream life, buying their Range Rovers, buying their dream houses, paying off their debt. And these are all things I haven't accomplished yet. And I was looking at them and I was comparing myself with them. And because I was comparing myself with them, I was beating myself up. I wasn't having fun with the business anymore. I wasn't inviting. I wasn't getting results. And because I wasn't doing those things, Beachbody wasn't for me. Beachbody wasn't going to answer my prayers. Beachbody wasn't going to give me that life, right? Have you been there? Right? When the place and where you probably wanted to quit, or a point maybe in your future where you might want to quit, chances are probably 99% of the time you want to quit because of something you're not doing. The reason you'll want to quit is because of what's happening because you're not doing something. And so when you get to that point, you really have to take a pulse check on your business and say, what could I be doing more of? Not giving yourself the option to quit. I didn't give myself the option to quit. I drew a big fat line in the sand and I said, well, shit, what am I not doing that Lindsay Matway's doing? I wasn't an incredible leader. I was canceling my team calls. I wasn't showing up on my leaders' team calls. I wasn't getting results. I was sending invites when it was convenient for me. I was doing nothing that somebody I was comparing myself to was doing all of the things up, right? And so we're going to watch this video by Rachel Hollis, and she just talks about just this mindset of, do you feel like your dream is taking too long, and why so many of us feel that way. Just a 3-minute video, and then we're going to debunk it. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, I'm already sharing. Or it's a 1-minute video.
You're stopping because it's taking too long? Your dream, your goal, it's taking too long? It took Julia Child 10 years to write Mastering the Art of French Cooking. Her work changed cooking for people all over the world and launched her career. James Cameron worked on Avatar for 15 years, and it's one of the most successful films in the history of the industry. Ground was broken for the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge in 1870. The project took 10 years, and during that time, the lives of many of the men who were building the bridge were taken and lost along the way. But you guys, the Brooklyn Bridge still stands as a symbol of New York, and 137 years later, it brings 43 million cars to and from Manhattan every single year. None of this was quick. I stopped obsessing over whether or not I was any good and just focused on how do I get better. Don't you get it? Nothing that lasts is accomplished quickly. Nobody's entire legacy is based on a single moment, but rather the collection of one's experiences. If you're lucky, your legacy will be a lifetime in the making. It's not taking too long. It's taking exactly as long as it needs to. Keep going.
Oh, so good. I need to listen to that every single morning. Maybe I will. Wait, I don't want this to play. Cancel. All right. So I just want to break that down. I thought it was so good. So many things that she said. I want you guys to put your favorite thing that she said into the chat, like your one takeaway from that video. It's probably a good idea to listen to that every single morning. But it's so freaking true. Think about all of the things that took so freaking long. And for those of you who are new on our team, like the team Elevate that you see today was nothing like it was 4 years ago, guys. Like 3 people showing up on team calls, me having not great content, me showing up with not great energy, me, it really, you just have to understand that there is no rush to success. And we're going to break down. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But anyway, do you feel like your dream is taking too long? And I know some people do. Some people want this business and they want 6 figures right away. They want, to lose 100 pounds right away. They want to be walking on the stage. They want to be speaking with microphones. They want to be doing all of the things, but they don't understand the journey that it takes to get there. And that was my thing. I would look at the Lindsay Matways and the Bonnie Ingalls and think about what they're doing and the success they had, but I would never be able to behave at that level where I was then. I needed these experiences in between that. I needed to go through these things in order to get to that level. And so I love that she said this. She said, I stopped obsessing over whether or not I was any good and just focused on how do I get better? My gosh, if we would just give ourselves some freaking grace every single day and stop looking at this life as if it's something that we have to be so freaking good at, or because Sally is this rank and she's at this successful point and she lost this much weight in this program, that we have to be doing that or we have to be better. Who says that there's not enough success for both of us? Or who says that we have to be further along than somebody else? That's not how this works. Stop trying to be good at everything. Stop trying to throw 500 little pebbles into the pond and making a little bit of a dent. But what if you just throw one massive boulder into your pond and get this huge, massive splash, this huge, massive impact that can play a huge role in your life? And so at the beginning of every single day, instead of trying to, get 500 yeses, or instead of trying to send 700 invites because Sally sent 700 invites, make your mission just trying to be better. Look at Rachel Hollis. Rachel Hollis didn't wake up one morning when she was 25 and say, I want to run a multi-million-dollar company. No way. It took her showing up and just being the best Rachel that she could be, establishing and implementing healthy habits into her lifestyle. And within those healthy habits, every single day she became a stronger Rachel. That growth that started to snowball. And us in our businesses, you showing up on Monday to your business and sending the invites and creating awesome content and getting results and eating spinach instead of French fries from Chick-fil-A, or doing the things that help you get better. It's going to make you stronger on Tuesday. And then Tuesday is going to roll over into Wednesday. And then Friday comes and you're not going to throw it away. You're going to start taking coaching seriously, taking your life seriously, and understand that coaching is it's a layer of your life that makes you better. Guys, coaching should not be your life. It should not be the thing that drives you nuts or you lose sleep over. It should just be a layer of your life that just makes you better. And so I was looking at my personally sponsored coaches, who never miss a month of Success Club. And I went to their Instagrams and I just pulled their before and after photos. And I could do this with every single one of you guys, personally sponsored or not, but I just pulled a couple of my personally sponsored coaches who are consistently gaining success month after month after month. And it's this trend. It's this trend of these coaches. Not only are they getting results in their health and fitness journey, but I'm watching their stories and they are just showing up to themselves. They don't ever feel like they're trying to sell something. They don't ever feel stressed about hitting a goal. They're just showing up, becoming their best selves, sharing things in their life, and people are attracted to that. So I pulled a couple of their before and after photos, and I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but I'm sure a lot of you guys can recognize these coaches, and it's just so cool to see that every single one of these girls started their journey with me in the 4.5 years that I've been a coach, and look where they've come. Jen, oh my goodness, she was one of my first clients that I ever had. Took her 2 years to say yes to coaching, but look at that transformation. And because of that transformation and because of her relentlessly showing up to her health and fitness journey, people are so attracted to her. Brandy, who is like so different than I am, but shows up in a holistic way. She's a vegan. She's like, she loves meditating. And because she's focused on becoming the best Brandy every single day, this business is very simple in the sense that when you focus on yourself, everything else falls into place. And I'm not going to break down every single one of these girls, but like, my goodness, you can see it in their social media. You can just see why people trust them, right? You can see why I would sign up with Chelsea. Look at those abs. And this is just like in the past year. And Cassie, who started this journey 3 years ago with me, who just like has totally changed her life forever, her family's life forever, her daughters, her future children's lives forever and ever and ever. And so this quote, I love it so much. I stopped obsessing over whether or not I was any good and just focused on how do I get better. If there was a secret to this business, there isn't, but if there was a secret to this business, this would be it. Hands down, this is the secret. Just get better. I could stop doing everything. I could stop doing everything in my life. I could stop posting in Team Elevate. I could stop sending invites. I could stop doing everything. But if I focus on becoming the best version of me and showing that on social media, I'd still hit Success Club. I'd still probably sign coaches. I'd still, be a leader because I'd lead by example. And so when you make that your core focus, the rest of the stuff just comes simple. So just at the beginning of every single day, how can I be a better me? And we talked on Saturday on our coffee chat all about morning routines. But how are you starting your morning? Are you starting your morning checking how many people liked your Instagram? Because that's not helping you be a better person. Are you starting your morning by just rolling out of bed and jumping in the shower and then going right to work all scurried? That's not helping you become a better person. How are you starting your day so that you can be the best version of you? Not waiting until 9 o'clock at night to focus on yourself, but really starting your morning. If you aren't working out in the morning, maybe start establishing a strong morning routine. And if you're not willing to work out in the morning, establishing a strong morning routine with your mind, getting the Start Today journal, starting to read things in the morning, reflect in the morning. But how can I be better at the beginning of every single day? If you just made that your main focus, my goodness, the business you will build. And I just wanted to pull my personally sponsored coaches just because like these coaches hit Success Club every single month, because that's their main focus. How can I be a better me? Okay. All right. Rachel in the video, she says, it's a collection of your experiences. So she said something along the lines, or she said this, she said, I stopped obsessing over whether or not I was any good and just focus on how can I be better. And, the road to success doesn't just look like this. Or the road to success isn't I started on day one and then I all of a sudden made 6 figures in this business. It doesn't look like this. It's a whole lot of this. It's a whole lot of that. It's trying and failing. It's failing and then getting back up and doing it again, and then trying and failing again, but then learning from it, and then finally starting to become really strong in this business. And then, it's all a collection of these experiences. But guys, if I, in 2017, looked at Bonnie Engel and Lindsay Matway as these top coaches who were doing these incredible things, buying these Range Rovers, leading these teams in the thousands, I snapped my fingers and wanted to be there. All of these experiences that took, that were holding me from point A to point B, if I got to point B, I wouldn't know what the hell to do when I got there. No way. You guys need these experiences. You absolutely need to be where you are to go where you're going. I needed to live in Tyler's parents' basement 4.5 years ago, not being able to afford rent, not being able to afford to survive in Maryland. I needed to buy my starter home and have my office look like it was a jail cell. For those of you who've been following me for that long, my old office used to have it was made out of cinder blocks, and it was really cold, and I couldn't work down there in the winter. But I needed to be there, right? I needed to be a struggling coach. I needed to be a struggling diamond, not being able to pay my bills. I needed to get on calls where nobody was showing up to me. I needed to be a mentor where nobody was listening to me. I needed to have coaches quit. I needed to, throw away my results and get them again and see how important my health was. I needed to be somebody who almost went back to teaching and drew that line in the sand so that I could cross it and I could work harder. I needed to be that coach who started 11-star qualification and dropped down to 3-star qualification and failed and then hit superstar, right? I needed to go through these things just like you need to go through what you're going through right now to get where you're going. You are all writing a piece of your story. And every single one of you guys, you should have the intention to be on a call like this, leading a call with hundreds of your own coaches and having these experiences to tell them. Because what you're telling yourself, the story you're writing, you're saying you're not good enough where you are isn't good enough. It's not far enough along. You're going to look back and thank God you were there. If you are an emerald coach struggling to hit diamond, you need to be where you are right now to go where you're going. And so every little thing, every step that you're on right now is an experience, and it's making you stronger to go where you're going. And I wouldn't have been able in 2017 to just snap my finger and become and grown at Lindsay Matway and Bonnie Engels where they were in this business. And if I would have really struggled up there. I needed to go the last 2 years to really build the experiences, have coaches teach me how to be a leader, show up to myself, create awesome trainings, consistently get results myself, and then, reach that point. I'm nowhere near Lindsay Matway's level in her business, but the growth that I've made in 2 years, the experiences that fill up from 2017 to 2019 made me the leader that I am. And in 2 years from now, in 2021, oh my goodness, the person that I'm going to become, the leader that I'm going to become in the next 2 years, the leader you're going to become in the next 2 years. But every single day in your business is a collection of experiences. Stop trying to rush success. Chances are when you get to a point of wanting to quit, what did I say? It's because of something you can control. 99.9% of the time, the reason you want to quit your health and fitness journey, your business, it's because of something that you can control. And if you just pull it in and say, this isn't falling to the wayside. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to start doing the things those coaches that I am inspired by are doing. I'm going to start sending the invites. I'm going to actually be getting results. I'm going to actually be showing up on social media with intent and creating incredible content. Those things, drawing that line in the sand, is going to make you that incredible leader. Quitting is easy. Quitting is simple, right? Oops. Can you guys just make sure you're all muted? Okay, and I want to say one more thing. And I asked her if I could make her an example, and she said yes. So for a lot of you guys might know her. Her name is Bree Simpson. If you've been with me for a couple of years, you probably know who she is. I signed her up as a coach in the beginning of can everybody just make sure they're muted? Please. I don't know who that is. Can you hear me? Okay. So I signed her up at the beginning of 2016. And her and I went to high school together, and she started with me with 21-day fix, and she got incredible results, and she came in and she crushed this business. Now I'm talking like hit Success Club. Every single month was a rock star. I traveled to Rochester to see her. Like, she was my best coach, hands down. Probably the first coach that helped me really become a strong leader. And like 3 months later, she quit. She just quit and disappeared. She just said this business wasn't for her. I think it was taking up too much time. Whatever she was going through in her life, she quit. And I was devastated from it. I clearly didn't quit, but I was devastated from it. And she must have unfollowed me on social media. And a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, a week ago, she messaged me and said, I've never felt the way that I felt since I've been a coach. She was engaged, she got married, she tried so hard at the gym to get in shape, but she kept burning out. She tried all of the things, she kept burning out. And she came to me and she said, I've never felt the way that I felt since I've been a coach. And so she got started as a coach again this past week. And we were on a call yesterday. And she, it makes me emotional, but she's just like, it's just crazy what I've been able to build since she's left. So she left in 2016 and I stayed in it. I stayed in this business. I kept showing up. I kept posting on social media. I kept getting results. I kept leading calls even when nobody was on them. I kept showing up, and here she is, and she's back in my life, and she's able to say and look in my eyes and say, it's just incredible, what has happened since you just stuck with it. And I want you guys to know that when you're not in a rush for massive success and you just stick with the vital things that make you a better person, success is going to come. It's inevitable. Gary Vaynerchuk says, hold on, I want to go to this next quote. I don't think there's anything wrong with chasing money. I just know that it's usually the quickest way not to get it. If you're in such a rush to make $1 billion in this business, you're not going to get it. This business is not a front-loaded business, meaning you're not going to come in this and you're not going to make $1 million right away. You come in this business, you better have passion in that heart of yours to change some lives, including your own, or you're not going to make any money at all. And so when Bree left 3 years ago and I stuck with it, I didn't stick with it because I was making $1 million a week, because I wasn't. I was probably making $100 a week. I stuck with it because of this thing beating inside my chest. I stuck with it because my passion was there. I stuck with it because I knew that it had changed my life, and I had a voice that could change so many lives of others. And the majority of you guys are on this call because I stuck with it. And think about that. If you quit, you are losing out. You're losing the opportunity to change so many other women's lives. You are holding back this opportunity from so many other people if you quit. If I would have quit 3 years ago when Bree did, and I said, maybe this business isn't for me. I'm a really terrible leader. If she quit, maybe I'm not cut out for it, for what this takes. Where would you guys all be, right? Or where would my life be? I wouldn't be sitting in this office. I wouldn't have the life that I live today. I wouldn't be planning this wedding. And so really think about that. I don't think there's anything wrong with chasing money. I just know that it's usually the quickest way not to get it. What's keeping you in this? Money aside, you need to know in your heart that this business is what it's going to take for you to find massive freedom and success, but it starts with you. This is a backloaded business, meaning you are going to find, if you stay with it and it becomes very passion driven, you will find the success eventually. Gary also said, I watched this video, Lauren Lettieri sent it to me in our PS chat today, and it was awesome. But he said, do you even understand how ludicrous it is that we have a life? Guys, we could have been a fish in a goddamn fishbowl, a goldfish, just swimming around in a fishbowl all day long. You got lucky enough to be a human freaking being. Do you understand how ludicrous it is that we even have a life? We are so lucky to have a life, to exist on this planet, let alone to have the experiences that led you to Team Elevate. I'm not going to lie. I think Team Elevate's one of the better teams. We have incredible team culture. We have incredible engagement. We have incredible leaders on our team. It led you here. You have an opportunity. You were, number one, given an incredible life, but you were also given this opportunity to use your voice. Who cares what Sally thinks or your cousin Sue's going to say at your family reunion? If you feel in your core that you have a voice that should be shared, should be spread like wildfire, then spread that freaking voice. Gary V, when he first came out, for those of you who don't know Gary Vaynerchuk, he's just a business guru. And he came out years ago. Tyler's always loved him. And he was always known as this wine guy because he runs a wine business. Not the one who just got shut down, this other wine company. He's from the city, New York City. And he came on and he started like teaching everybody about business, and everybody was like, oh, shut up, you don't know anything about business. But he stayed relentlessly himself, and he changed life after life after life, business after business after business, including mine. We have so many books on our bookshelves written by him because he didn't care what his cousin or what this random follower on social media thought of his voice. He knew that he had people out there who needed to hear it. Just like me, I'm not showing up on, or you, we're not showing up on social media for the people who don't need to hear our voice. We're showing up on social media for the people who do need to hear our voice. And we were given a life. That's number one. That's incredible. But we were given this experience, and we deserve to share the shit out of it. The last quote I want to say before we go through the recipe of success, and then I'm done. If you're lucky, your legacy will be a lifetime in the making. Guys, no successful point is going to make you happy. No pair of Lululemon Align pants is going to make you happy. Like, if you are not living your legacy every single day, I promise you, when you're making six figures, you're not going to be happy. When you're making $2,000 a week, you're not going to walk away and just be this happy person. You're not. That's not what makes a person happy. It's knowing the imprint that you are leaving on other people's lives. 100%. If your main goal is to make six figures in this business, that's awesome, but what's it attached to? What's that six figures attached to? I hope it's attached to human beings who have heartbeats, because that's going to be what gets you there. Now, when you check your bank account on Thursday morning and you see a $3,000 paycheck, that's incredible. And maybe you'll take that money and you'll go do something and try to find joy in that something, but nothing's going to feel as good as knowing that you are passing on this baton and you are handing this opportunity over to so many other women who can run with it, who have the ability to change endless lives. If you're lucky, your legacy will be a lifetime in the making. You should not want this success right now. You should not want this success overnight. You should not just want it for a year, or want it just on Thursdays, or want it just one Thursday a year. You should want it to never end. And what you're doing, the experiences you're doing now, you're building that. Every person who's following you, but that starts with you leaving an imprint on your social media, leaving an imprint on the people whose lives that you're changing. Being a good human being takes zero talent at all. Don't just be sweet to the people in your circle. Don't just, add value to people who are adding value into your life. Leave a legacy on people. And that starts today. That starts with you just giving content, you just pouring into people, you just starting conversations, you just smiling, you just starting and being the best version of yourself. That's leaving a legacy. And that should be lifelong. You're not going to get to the point of wanting to quit if that's your main focus. Becoming the best person that I can be at the beginning of every single day. Start saying that to yourself. When your alarm goes off in the morning, it's not be you, it's you are a kick-ass person. That should be the first thing. I just read a text message from Hannah. That should be the first thing that you read every single day. And when that is your mindset going into each day, guys, you're leaving a legacy, and you leave that print on other people. Okay? And that's why we all love Rachel Hollis so much, because she is just this light bulb. She is this light bulb that we want to be around. Be that person. Don't want it today. Want that to never end. Want that to roll over into your Thanksgiving dinners when you're with your family. Want that to roll over in your relationship with your dogs, when you're on the street saying hi to people. Right? Just be this ray of light and leave your legacy on everything else. Okay, and the last thing I want to leave you off with, oh shoot, breaks this cup. The recipe to success. I think, and maybe, everybody thinks this is different, but I think this is the recipe toward an extremely successful business. If you have these four things, you're going to be unstoppable. And I want you to feel in your core that you are not going anywhere. Guys, don't go anywhere. Just stick with this business. Be here today, tomorrow. Plan on being here until you're 99 years old. In a wheelchair. Plan to never have this end. Like, I plan on raising my children and basically handing them my business center and saying, here's this legacy that I left for you guys. I think about that all the time. I think about that I'm planting a seed for my futures, right? What we're doing today changes the trajectory of our future forever. And This is the recipe for that. Waking up, having a healthy mindset, and a burning passion for this business, a burning passion to change your life. Now, you can be 5 years into this business. I'm 5 years into this business. I could stop today. I have a 6-figure income. I'm in great shape. I could walk away today, but I'm not done. I have this burning passion to want to pass that baton onto so many other women. And when you have that burning passion, the recipe for success, it sticks. It's ingrained in your core. So you have this healthy mindset. You have this burning passion. Not only that, but you are adding it to your dream. You have this dream of what your life's going to look like in a year from now, in 2 years from now, in 3 years from now. What's that look like to you? What is it that when you lean back and you close your eyes and you think about your life, what do you feel? Do you see you paying off your college debt? Do you see yourself with that white picket fence on the water? Do you see yourself in your dream car? Do you see yourself just as this gypsy being able to travel wherever you want? Or maybe you see yourself in the same job, but you see yourself with this huge savings account or being able to invest all this money. Having that dream paired with this healthy mindset and always wanting to get better. No matter where you are, you want to get better. Pair it with the dream. Pair it with a healthy or a hungry work ethic. The worst thing, or somebody said to me once, and you probably heard me say this before, somebody said to me once, oh, I'm going to quit because and I lose sleep over it. I think about this business too much. Thank goodness. Do it now. Lose sleep over it right now. Having that hungry work ethic is something incredible to pass on to your children, incredible to pass on to your partner. Being a workaholic is one thing, but being somebody who is so excited to work toward their dreams is another thing. You will never regret passing that on to your generations after generation after generation. Passing that on to the people around you, in your friend group, in your relationship, the people on your team. When they see you have this hungry work ethic, you will never regret passing that on. And then the willingness to grow to be a better you every single day. If you have a healthy mindset, you have the dream, you have a hungry work that's so hard to say, work ethic, and you have the willingness to grow and be a better you every single day, and you do those day in and day out and day in and day out, you're not going to have to be worried about comparing yourself to anybody else, because you're going to be right in the seat that you want to be in. You're going to be living that incredible life, but don't be in such a rush to get there. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the healthy mindset. Enjoy getting in the best shape of your life. Enjoy dreaming right now. Enjoy the fact that you even can close your eyes and dream, because there are so many complacent people on this planet who don't have that ability to, because their life is just vanilla and nothing will ever change because they won't allow it to. Enjoy the work. Enjoy the work that you're putting in. Enjoy this team that you have. Enjoy the community that you have, and just commit to stick with this. And the last thing I want to share with you guys is just my timeline since I've been a coach. From the very first year in 2015, this is how I used to post. 21-day fix on sale now. But I had to be this Ashley with these cheesy posts. This was in Tyler's parents' basement the first couple of months that I became a coach. And I needed to be her 4 years ago. And in 2016, not much changed, maybe a little bit changed. We moved into our new house. Help wanted, looking for 5 new coaches to join my coaching team. That's funny. But I needed to be her. And then year 3 happened. It got a little bit better. I was a diamond coach here. I was an emerald coach, diamond coach. We were ranked number 242 in the company. And this was when I almost went back to teaching. This was the summer I almost went back to teaching. And I was, making enough to survive, but not enough to live the life like I wanted to live. I almost threw in the towel. But instead of throwing in the towel, I said to myself, all right, it's time to do the things, do the action, do this recipe of things that the top coaches are doing, the people that I'm comparing myself to. It's time to start doing those things. These were the things that Lindsay Matway and Bonnie Engel were doing. They had this burning passion to change lives. They had this incredible dream to be better. Even Lindsay Matway was already probably making 7 figures a year, but she kept getting better. And every time she'd have a baby, she just kept getting better, and it was blowing my mind. She was working. She was just this ray of light. And she had, she kept getting better in her journey. And that's what I was so jealous of. And when I drew that line in the sand, I stopped being jealous and I used her as proof of what I was capable of. The next year, our team started 7-star qualifying. I had my first 6-figure year. And then after having this recipe, having, just continuing on that journey of just having that recipe of waking up with that burning passion, having the dream, having a work ethic, leading with my health and fitness so that you guys lead with your health and fitness, our team at the highest rank in the company, which is really freaking cool. But I don't want you guys to write yourself off on this. Like wherever you're starting, or maybe you're on chapter 3 of your journey, I want you to understand that you need to be there and don't be in such a rush to get to chapter 25 or to get to the last chapter of your book. You're never going to get to the last chapter of your book. You're going to keep writing, but don't be in such a rush. Enjoy the experiences right now. Okay? You are exactly where you need to be to go where you are going. All right. I love 2017 Ashers. 5 years does fly. Yeah, cross over that line, guys. If you're at a point right now in your business where you feel like it's just like nothing's working, chances are you're not doing something. And I mean that in the best way possible, but that's the wake-up call I needed too. If you're not hitting Success Club every single month, there's a disconnect, right? Either people aren't trusting the messenger, you're the messenger, maybe you aren't delivering the results, or maybe you're not delivering proof of what this business could be, or maybe you're not showing up in a way that people can understand it. And so pulse check on your business. What are you not doing? Those need to be on the top of your to-do list every single day. If you haven't gotten results in a year or 2 years, you need to rewrite your nutrition plan and you need to stick to it to a T. Go into the new year having these incredible goals like hit so that people in January, they are like, oh shit, I'm joining her. Like she looks badass. I'm gonna join her. Don't wait till January 1st because then you're gonna be like the rest of America. You're just gonna have this American mindset. And you're not going to have anything that other people don't have. What's going to set you apart? I'm going to get in the best shape of my life through the holidays. So come January 1st, when the gyms are packed, my email is going to be packed because I'm going to have people who are showing up to themselves through my Instagram or through my Instagram, through my email, because I've been proof leading into the new year of what they're capable of. And so I need you to lead with that too. These next 2 months are so important, guys. These next 2 months going to the new year are way more important than the new year. You are going to have the new year energy, but how are you going to make those people your people? These next 2 months are so important. And guess what? The time's going to fly regardless. Time's going to come, time's going to go. It's going to pass. It's going to be January 1st. And you're either going to look back and say, phew, thank goodness I kicked ass the last 2 months. Or you're going to look back and you're going to compare yourself to all the girls who did kick ass. And you're going to say, oh, what if I just would have? What if I just would have? And then you're going to get to that point of wanting to quit. But the reason you want to quit is because of something you could have controlled. Control the controllable today. Be proud of yourself for the things that you can control. Check them off and do them day in and day out. I know, I'm hyped too. Too hyped. All right, girls. I am so excited. So I just wanted to say, just end this call by saying that tomorrow I'm heading to leadership. I fly out to Scottsdale, Arizona in the morning. All 5-star and aboves are going to this event for the weekend. So I will be MIA. I mean, I will be here and there in the team page and things. But my challenge for you is to step up your leadership. Bring things into the team page that you want the team to know. If you have a training that you really want to give, send me a message and tell me you really want to give it, or, really show up and be the leader that your team needs. Because there's going to come a time where you're going to leadership and you're going on events and you want your team to step up to the plate. But I love you guys. Oh, this team rocks my freaking world. I hope you guys have an incredible rest of your week. We are going to leadership tomorrow to represent Team Elevate, and I want you to just know how special of a role you all play in the success of Team Elevate. So I will talk to you guys later, and recording will be up tomorrow. Good night, guys.